Welcome to Does This Work? I'm Jeanette from Rachael's culinary team, and I'm here to help you test out all those trendy recipes we see on the internet to find out if they really work. Previously on Does This Work?
I don't actually taste any of the cheese.
Really? There we go, guys. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. On today's episode, I am very excited. Today, I'm making multi-cooker spaghetti and meat sauce. I'm just gonna leave all this in. We're gonna be making multi-cooker meat sauce spaghetti. It's hard to say. I'm gonna be making multi-cooker spaghetti and meat sauce. On this episode, we are testing out a product that I know plenty of you guys have at home. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm really excited to try this today. This is the multi-cooker. It steams, it bakes, it roasts, it slow cooks, it pressure cooks. Pressure cook seems like the big one that people use this for. And it supposedly makes yogurt. We'll see about that. No, we're not gonna see about that. I'm not making yogurt in this thing. We're making a one-pan pasta and meat sauce, which have become wildly popular. It's one of those concepts where you put everything in the pan, the pasta cooks with the water and all the liquids that you put in it. So this is supposedly going to do that as well. I've had a lot of success with one-pan pastas before, but again, having never used this, I've got a few concerns about this one. So the first step of the recipe is to turn it on saute and normal. So I see a button here that says saute, and it clicked to normal. Next, it is that this? Is that this?
It said on.
Great, it's on. It says to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil to the multi-cooker. Then you need to put in 3 cloves of garlic and half an onion. I don't know if you've watched this series before, but you know how the recipes that call for half an onion make me a little upset. What do you do with this other beautiful half an onion? It's just tomato sauce, you could throw it in. But we are going by what the internet says today. We are following the recipe. We've got sizzling. All right, let me grab a food mover. This is just like a saute pan. I'm gonna add in some garlic. I'm pretty impressed by how hot it got very quickly. Let me give that a quick stir. And then it says to add the mushrooms. I frequently buy this little boat of sliced mushrooms. They're already cleaned and they're nicely sliced and it saves you a step. So I'm letting you in on my little secret. And now I think it said just for it to saute for like 5 to 8 minutes. Okay, so I've been alerted that the front of this says hot. I don't know why it says hot. Now the recipe did say if anything started to burn to put a little drop of water in it, but I just added mushrooms to this, and I know you guys know that mushrooms are super watery. So I'm gonna let that cook out for a little bit, and maybe some of the water in there will cool this down. But I actually feel really comfortable with the temperature that this is cooking right now because it will hopefully get a nice brown in our mushrooms. Oh, stop saying hot. It stopped saying hot, so maybe the mushrooms did what I thought that they were gonna do. It's like a multi-cooker facial in here. The mushrooms are definitely releasing some of their liquids, and now I kind of feel like it's cooled down a bit, which I know that we said we wanted to do because this was alerting us that it was hot and burning, but now I'm feeling like the browning process of the mushrooms have slowed down. We're just gonna keep moving. We'll let it, yeah, it almost feels like it's turned off. Like I know there's a lot of steam coming off of it, but I'm not even hearing a lot of that sizzle anymore. And the mushrooms have cooked down a lot, so I guess we're ready for the next step of the recipe, which is to add in a pound of ground beef. Oops, don't add the paper. And to break it up with a wooden spoon. I was supposed to add in some olive oil. Add another tablespoon of olive oil. And now this is gonna brown. I have to make it go on saute high. So I'll hit that, I'll hit saute. You're supposed to go to high. It's not going. Got it. Okay, I did lose a little bit of heat in my pan during my on and off escapades, but I think we'll get there. I'm gonna use this time, what's it say? On, okay, we're in a good spot. So the olive oil's in, the meat's in. I'm just gonna season with half a teaspoon of salt. And now I'm gonna let this meat saute on high for 8 minutes. I'm gonna compare it to making a regular meat sauce in a cast iron. That's normally how I do it. And everything in here is just really watery. The mushrooms never really got that proper brown because I feel like the temperature dropped. And now the beef is cooking, but I'm gonna say the beef is like steaming a bit. I have to say, besides the onions and the garlic that I threw in first when the oil was really hot, and then supposedly it had overheated a bit. I haven't been super happy with the brownage I'm getting on the food. So I'm gonna give this another 3 minutes and we will see how it goes. Okay, so it's been 8 minutes and I am going to give this another stir. That was my reaction. Oh. You're getting little droplets of water right around the side. And I think that that's just kind of showing you how much this is steaming. I'm getting a little browning. I'm gonna say that this meat is, let me see, I can't see. I'm gonna say it's like, I'm gonna give it a 10% on the caramelization. Is it caramelization or caramelization? I'm from New Jersey, so I say caramelization, but then I was asking my mom this weekend, she's like, no, I say caramelization. She's from New York, I'm from New Jersey. I don't know, we're gonna go with caramelization. So the caramelization on this beef is not where I would like to see it be for a meat sauce, because caramelization equals flavor. We are gonna add in a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. I'm hearing that big sizzle. Once it gets to the bottom of the pan, I'm gonna give that a stir because that liquid will probably now pick up some of those brown bits from the bottom. You add in a 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes. Next, I'm gonna add in some spices. I'm gonna add in half a teaspoon of granulated onion or onion powder. I'm gonna add in half a teaspoon of some black pepper. I'm gonna add in a whole teaspoon of garlic powder, and then 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. 1, 2, I love Italian seasoning. And now it says to put in 2 cups of chicken stock. This is a particularly important step when you're making a one-pan pasta, because like I was saying, you have to make sure that there's enough liquid in this pot to not only like bring out all the flavors of the sauce, but also to cook the spaghetti. I'm gonna give that a swirl. And now what this looks like is a pretty watery meat sauce. So now I'm at the stage where it's time to add in the pasta. The recipe calls for 8 ounces of spaghetti. So this was a full pound, so I took half. 8 ounces is half of 16. 16 ounces equals a pound. I'm about to commit a giant Rachael Ray sin. Rachael is the inventor of the oval pasta pot, which is perfect for spaghetti. And she feels particularly strongly about having to break pasta. And this recipe calls for breaking this in half, because obviously you could see this won't fit. It's time to break the spaghetti. It wasn't that bad. All right, so now I'm gonna layer it in a few going that way, and I'll do this handful going this way. So now it's time to pressure cook. I'm gonna put the lid on this guy. First try. If you've been in the room, it's taken me a lot of practice to learn how to put the lid on. Also, can you hear this? It's like you're a multi-cooker DJ. DJ JJ playing the multi-cooker. Okay, fine, I'm done. So now I need to set it to pressure cook on high for 8 minutes. The knob is turned to sealing. It said that it can take 10 to 15 minutes for the pressure to build. So what's it say now?
On.
On. There's a very little screw that is kind of sticking up, and I think that that's the needle that they refer to, that they said would be up while the pressure was building, and every so often I see a little bit of steam come out of this thing. Okay, so it looks like there's about 1 minute left on the multi-cooker. It looks like there's 0 minutes left on the multi-cooker. And now it says to turn it off. And it says to wait for this little needle screw looking doohickey guy over here to drop back down. It said that the needle can take about 10 minutes to drop. So we're gonna give it some time. This multi-cooker is actually like a human with emotions. It needs to vent sometimes. It is doing a lot of different jobs. What did you say this was called?
The float valve.
We've done a bit of Googling in those 10 to 12 minutes. Shh. We've done a bit of Googling in those 10 to 12 minutes. What'd you say it was called?
The float valve.
I've been calling it the screw needle doohickey. The float valve is still up. It said 10 minutes it would go down and then it was time to vent it. So I'm just gonna vent it. Venting. That wasn't as scary as I thought. And it smells like meat sauce. It smells like pasta. I think it's time to rain down judgment. Okay, so we are here with a very, very, very special guest today. She is my Jersey sister, my Italian Jersey sister, so she is the perfect person to help me judge this recipe. First questions first. have you ever used a multi-cooker?
I have one, but my mom has scared me out of using one.
Okay, this was an entire one pot pasta, so the pasta's in here
Really?
too. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna open this. Moment of truth.
Oh.
Okay. What are we thinking so far? I'm gonna give it a stir.
Well,
Some of the pasta looks a little
yeah.
clumped
Yeah. I mean, you saw a little bit of that oil.
from the beef,
Yeah,
kind
like
of floating to
rising
the
to the
top.
top. There
That
we
doesn't-
go.
That doesn't look bad.
No, not at all.
It looks cooked.
The true test is going to be if it's like that al dente cook or
Absolutely.
if it's like that mushy cook.
Absolutely. I mean, that looks pretty good. So there's mushrooms in here.
Ooh, it looks
There's-
hearty.
It does look hearty.
Yeah.
I know. Here, let me grab you a fork. The recipe didn't call for this, but like, you need cheese. Dina's my
Cheese
girl.
always
I know. You need
makes it
cheese.
better.
You need cheese. So let's grab some forks.
Before I start eating with my
Before we
hands,
start,
embarrass
no,
myself.
please.
Look how beautiful
You're never
this is,
embarrassing
though.
yourself here.
I mean,
It's not really cute to eat pasta on camera either.
well,
is it?
nothing I do is really like I like it.
I don't mind it. The
No.
pasta's not cooked the way that I like it.
A little bit soft.
A little soft.
But you know, like for a weeknight, you got kids or you're doing something quick, you need to like save your life because you're too busy.
Right.
I wouldn't be sad about this.
No, I'm going in for a second bite. You're
I know,
going in for
I'm
a second
still
bite,
eating
so
it.
we're not like, offended by it. The
No.
meat sauce is delicious.
I think it's very good, yeah.
Would you say it's like a minute over? Like I would say maybe 2 minutes over.
I was just gonna say, maybe 2 minutes.
Maybe 2 minutes over if I was boiling it
Uh-huh.
and draining it. This would be the texture if I was like, crap, I left
I
it
left
for
it
2
in
more
too
minutes
long, but
and
we're
we're still
gonna live.
eating it and
Yeah.
we're still gonna eat it.
We're fine.
Now we need to decide,
Okay.
did it work?
I think for the goal you had in mind, I think it worked.
I think it worked. Since we cooked it all in one pot, it
This
really
is all you gotta
incorporates.
clean up.
This is all I have to
Wow.
clean up. That is a win
That
for
is.
these videos.
That
'cause-
is.
Oh my gosh, you should see some of these videos and the mess that I've made. I would say that the downfall of this recipe is the texture of the pasta. It's
Okay.
not bad, but again, it's not that al dente. Cook it, like.
Which that's preference. Some people don't like
you're
it
right.
that way.
You're right. I mean, you're wrong, but.
I'm trying to be nice.
You're trying to be nice. I'm not being nice. You're wrong if you don't like your pasta al dente. I would say if I was going to do this again, I would make the sauce and then I'd probably still just boil the pasta on the side.
Separately.
Mix it all together.
Smart.
You can even throw it in here and use it as your mixing bowl.
Oh. You sure you don't want a lady in tramp it?
Thank you very, very much to my very special guest and my real life friend, Dina, my Jersey sister. And if you like this video and you want to see us stuffing our faces with more food and making plenty of messes in the kitchen, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yummy.
What? What do you want now?